Alright guys, today we're going to learn two new derivative rules, the product rule and the quotient rule. Alright, so the product rule is what we're going to use if you're trying to find the derivative of two functions that are being multiplied together. So for example, we have an h of x function that is this function, 3x minus 2x squared, times this other function, 5 plus 4x. So we're going to use this formula up here, which might look bad, but I think it'll be pretty easy once we get into the problem. So in this case, we'll say the f of x is always the first of the functions, and the g of x is the second one. So here's our f of x, and here is our g of x. So we're just going to plug that in to the formula, which says the derivative of all that will be the f of x function, which was 3x minus 2x squared, times the derivative of the g of x function, so you're going to use the power rule on that, which is 4, and then you add the g of x function, which is 5 plus 4x, and the derivative of the f of x function, which would be 3 minus 4x. And then from there you would just do some distributing, combining like terms, and you're done. Sydney, sit down. All right, piece of cake, right? So now we're going to go on to the quotient rule, which is we want to find the derivative of the quotient of two functions, such as f of x over g of x. And it's an even scarier looking formula, but again, we're just going to plug things in. It'll be a piece of cake. So we can start with a quotient function like y equals 5x minus 2 over x squared plus 1. In this case, the f of x will be the top function. The g of x will be the bottom function. And we just plug in. So g of x, x squared plus 1. The derivative of the whole numerator, which would just be 5, using the power rule again. This time we're subtracting f of x, which is the top function. The derivative of the bottom, which would be 2x. And all of that will be over the bottom function squared. Again, you're going to have a bunch of distributing, combining like terms. You can FOIL that out. Simplify, piece of cake. Alright, so now you guys are going to try this. I'll give you a couple practice problems. If you get stuck, you can always ask our star student Phoebe before coming to me. Here's one for the product rule. Call that h of x. You're going to find the derivative of that. And for the quotient rule, find y prime. Guys, it's not what I meant.
Well, I mean, I will be making sure that this class is
Help me! Phoebe, help me! Phoebe, come on!